Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. You may be wondering why my parting is like this, and it is for, as you can probably tell by the title, the how I did my makeup when I was in school tag. I'm sure there's a easier, more snappy name for it than that. I wasn't going to film this video. I thought to myself, like, I saw it going around and I was like, you know what, like, I truly don't think it's going to be that different. You know, yes, I wear more makeup and I experiment with eyeshadow more and stuff like that. I just thought, oh, it's just going to be a bit boring. And then I had to use my passport and I realised that I was lying to myself. So I'm going to share with you some photos of me in my angsty youth, and I've already sorted out my parting. Also, my hair is incredibly greasy and is like chock full of batiste because what I'm about to do to my hair, I'm gonna want to wash right back out. Anyway, so we're gonna start with hair first because it needs to set the tone. I have got here a good old-fashioned back combing brush. I did used to use a fine-tooth comb with a pointy end, but this is gonna do the job perfectly. I'm gonna start with this side. Anyway, so what I did is I'd like take, this is how my parting was, by the way, this severely on the side. Sometimes it even went over further. And so I take a little bit off and I'll back comb like underneath. So it'd be back comb, but it wouldn't be so knotty on top. I've also, the hairspray I used to use was Toni & Guy, but they've changed it since. But don't worry, I've got what they've got now. There we go. If you're wondering, I'm using my viewfinder to, oh my god, that smell takes me back! Ah! Deary me. Right, and then we'll put this back over the top so it's still big but it's not so knotty, but we will also back comb that as well, and then take a bit of the, oh my god, yeah, absolutely, there she is. Right, and now for the fringe. Now I don't really know how I'm going to do this because obviously I now have a full fringe, whereas I did not before. But we're gonna try our best. Right, so I'll take this over to this side. So in case you haven't gathered already by my Enter Shikari t-shirt, which I've dug out, and the excessive back combing, that I was definitely a little bit of a scene kid, living my life. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Yes! She's got it! Deary fucking me. Right. Yes. 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 It's happening. Oh my god. Right. And to finish off the hairdo, I always wore 2 clips. Now, I don't quite know how I'm going to position my fringe, again, because I've cut my fringe, but we're going to figure this out. Here she is, knock knock. 2007's just called. Right, this bit here, hated baby hairs, so we'd have to spray these out the way. Oh my god, my hair is like solid. But we need more, because more is more. There we go. Do you know what, even to this day, I still look at my hair and I'm like, my hair is so flat. When in reality it's not. I think this is as good as we're gonna get it. Imagine it significantly further down my forehead. I'll show you some pictures now actually of what I've just tried to recreate. You know, all that nice natural wave that I like to have in my hair, that mermaid hair? No, we need it to be stick straight. If you're wondering, I still have the same pair of straighteners I've had for a very long time. I haven't actually properly straightened my hair for fucking years. Let's move on to makeup. Now, I'm quite lucky. I say lucky. There were a couple of trends that I did not want to get behind. One of which was concealer lips, which is exactly what it sounds, using concealer as a lipstick. I was not into that trend, and like being orange was another thing that I wasn't into. I wanted to be as pale as humanly possible. Also, one thing like about foundations, I never used foundation until I was like considerably older, The reason being is my mum, I remember when I was young, used to be like, oh, foundation, that's for people with really bad skin, Alice, like who's really bad, and you don't have bad skin. I remember she got my auntie to like tag team me, being like, when I was like, I want to buy foundation, they were like, you don't need foundation, I don't wear foundation, blah blah blah. Which meant that I never actually used foundation when I was younger, but I used Rimmel Hide the Blemish like no man's business. And what I used to do, get this bad boy. It's still in the same colour, 001 Ivory, Hide the Blemish. Go under the eyes. Oh my god. I bought this the other day specifically for this video, and it smells like it's already going off, which is what I like from a product. And then over all the sorts. Basically I just kind of put this all over my face and use it like a stick foundation. And then rub it in with my hands. Which, I mean, I didn't use foundation, no, but I used a fucking ton of concealer. And then just mush it in. I didn't really like pat it in. It was never like, oh, I want to keep that product on that place that I put it. It's just wipe it all over your face and hope that it sort of goes in the place that you started. I was not nice and gentle to my skin. I also want you to take note of my eyebrows. I have been slack on the upkeep of my eyebrows in anticipation for this video, but there is no way that I'm getting my eyebrows back to where they were. I think everybody has an eyebrow story. Me personally, I found a pair of really blunt tweezers when I was about 12, hacked off like half my eyebrows, was scarred for life, and then didn't really touch them until eyebrows became a thing a couple of years ago. So I'm going to put pictures of my eyebrows fully grown and looking like this. I would actually sometimes get my friends, like, I've got two specific friends. I remember if I ever went around the house, I'd be like, can you tame my eyebrows for me? And they would sort of like tame them for me, but I would never trust myself with it. Again, like I sort of like used it, as I said, I used it basically like a stick foundation. I smudged it all over my face, and then I would go in with a second layer of Hide the Blemish to hide the blemish. Right, there we go. Next up is powder. This is Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. By the way, this video is going to be basically sponsored by Rimmel's sort of cheap collection. And I've got this brush. Now this brush is from Glossybox, but this is like one of those bog standard really shit brushes. I'm sure I must have had one of these. I don't have it anymore, but I didn't use like sponges to apply makeup. I definitely would have like from really shit sets that you get at Christmas. I think I had like a brush like this lying around. So I'm going to use this, pop it in the powder. And by the way, everything had to be matte. No shimmer, no shine, matte, matte, matte. Right. I didn't knock off the excess. What's knocking off the excess? I mean, to be fair though, this powder's actually pretty fucking good. So there we go. Oh, my fringe is coming down. I have to get a bit more hairspray on that, not like I didn't use enough. Oh my god. I am not going to have fun washing my hair, I can tell you that for free. Right, next up, we're going to have to pop a little bit of blush on. Now I have picked out, Wet n Wild was not a thing in the UK, but if it was, I'm sure I'd be all over it. And I'm certain that like Maybelline or Rimmel or somebody had something very similar like this, where you had a blush and then you had a really shit brush. And I remember like sometimes I would get just pans of blush and I would keep hold of the old brushes that I had in old blushes, if that makes sense. Anyway, so I'm just going to use this because I had this in my stash already. Again, get that on the brush. I want to bang off the excess, but I know that's something I wouldn't do. I'm really upset. I should have grown my fringe out for this. I'm sorry. It's not accurate. I did like the smile thing. Oh my god. Yes. Here she is. Kind of just like all over my cheek, really. To be fair though, because I bought really shit blush, it would sort of wear off within an hour. So my tactic was put on lots of blush and then in an hour it would sort of look good. So by the time it took me like to get into town and meet my friends, it'd be dandy. So again, this is nice and scratchy as well. To be fair, this side is a lot better blended. There we go, that's about right. And then onto the eyes. Now, I was thinking about doing eyeliner, like liquid liner, but truthfully I didn't do that every day like I do basically now. And I'm kind of going more for like my passport photo, and pencil liner was my first love. So I have got one from No. 7, got a smudger on the end. I've got one from Rimmel, also smudger on the end. Sorry, I'm like eating that hairspray. Oh my god. This is literally rock solid. And then I've also got one from Soap and Glory. I don't know if Soap and Glory would have been a thing, but definitely these two have been sitting far too long in my collection for me to put in my eyes, but I'm going to do it anyway. Again, you might be like, ooh, number 7, that's a bit fancy. £5 off number 7 makeup. That's when it was £5 off number 7 makeup. So, yeah, that'll be fine. I was never happy with how black it was. I've got Urban Decay Perversion liner, and I almost got that out and I was like, there'd be no way in hell that I would have had that. And then I got the smudger. Smudge that. Oh my god, it's the eyebrows that, like, even my eyebrows now, which are fairly shaped, it's just that with the stark contrast of the black is what I'm loving. It's funny, I remember when I went to go get my passport photo taken, I was 17, and I remember thinking to myself, I didn't wear liquid liner that day because I was like, oh, like liquid liner can kind of like change your face, so I didn't want to go through customs when I'm like 25 and being like, oh, it might change your face, so I know what I'll do. So I wear like loads of black pencil liner, and then I remember thinking to myself like, oh, I'm gonna have this till I'm 27, is this what I want to look like in my passport photo? Yes. I had to send a picture of my passport to my work recently, and I've had 2 separate people send me pictures of it back, like, you're right, mate, and I'm like, yes, I am. Sometimes I'd like sharpen the pencil all the way down to the nub, and if it had a smudger, I'd keep it for the smudger, because not everyone has one, you know? Because I very seldom use pencil liner now, like this feeling of putting on is taking me back. Anyway, then what I would do, I would take the pencil liner, draw over it like this, get my finger and smudge, and I would do that a couple times. I mean, it was blended, but not fantastically. Right, next up is mascara. Now, I was pleasantly surprised that they still made this. This is the Volume Flash Mascara by Rimmel. Now, I remember getting this a couple of times, and this was my favourite. I was very lucky that my mum used to buy me blush, concealer, eyeliner and mascara. She wouldn't buy me any other makeup, so basically she didn't want me to wear liquid liner is what I think it was, because she could see if this is what I could do with the makeup that she gave me, she could see that going down a interesting road. But anyway, so I remember I used to get really excited when I asked for a new mascara and she'd bring me back this one. Thanks, Mum. Anyway, I haven't used this in forever. I've actually already smelt it. I smelt it when I repurchased it. And it smells so cheap. Like, not that mascaras should, like, I don't care if they're like scented or whatever, but like you know when you can smell like it's just like a cheap product. Anyway, I'm gonna pop that on and see what I think. Oh my god, it's so weird that I'm putting this old makeup on and I remember how it used to feel. Actually, do you know what? This ain't that fucking bad. Oh, I take that back. Oh my god, I just flicked some onto my cheek. This is ridiculous. Now, when it came to lips, I wasn't crazy on lipstick, but I did love like lip stain type stuff. Basically, the reason I didn't like lipstick is I didn't want to reapply it all the time. I didn't like glossy lips, because remember, we like everything matte. So, again, this is a product that I wouldn't have had at the time, but I know I would have loved. I used to love those like pen stains, which I don't think many brands make anymore. So I'm going to use this. This is the Me 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 Cherubs blush, which is basically a cheap version of Benetint. Like, I would use like that type of stuff for my lips. And also this kind of looked a little bit like blood, so. Oh my god, I almost forgot something. I don't know if you will know, I have my septum pierced and I still have it in. Like, I still have a ring in all the time. It's silver. But obviously, at one point, I used to wear it out all the time. So, I think it's only fitting that I put my black ball closure in. Give me a sec. Oh no, where'd it go? This is see, this is why I don't fuck with piercings. I've already fucking dropped the ball. Ha 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 ha. Didn't mean that pun, right? Where'd that fucking ball go? It's fucking difficult to find a black ball when you're wearing all fucking black. Whilst we're talking about piercings you might not know about, I've also got my smiley pierced. Which is, if you're wondering, this little bit there. Anyway, so here it is. Here I am. I hope you have enjoyed this video and like to see what I used to look like. As I said, I've got my nice little Chicago top. I'm really annoyed once I used this to dye my hair, which I a bit pissed about because I quite like this t-shirt. It's old school. If there's any videos you'd like me to do, make sure you leave them down below. Also, if you want to follow me on any social medias, that is also down below. Anyway, I'm gonna go and probably wash my hair and try and get this hairspray out. Actually, do you know what? I'm gonna be eating it. Anyway, that's everything from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye! Bree, motherfucker!